Hello and welcome to ESAT. I am Ngidwalde with the news. Ringleaders of the special commandos who are accused of plotting to kill Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed last month were arraigned before a court-martial. Last month, about 240 special commandos showed up unannounced at the National Palace, fully armed, and demand to speak with the Prime Minister. The soldiers said they wanted the PM to address salary and benefit issues. Although they were allowed to enter the palace, leaving their weapons behind, and had spoken to the PM, it turned out the leaders had a more sinister motive. A week later, Abiy Ahmed told the parliament that a few among the soldiers who came to his palace to demand pay raise had actually come to kill him. He said the aim of the ringleaders was to abort the political reform process, but he said he had to defuse the situation by giving soldiers the opportunity to get things off their chest. He said the jovial atmosphere he created and the push-ups he did with the soldiers were to ease the tensions. The Chief of Staff, Adam McConnell, said last month that the special commandos that showed up at the National Palace and demand to speak to the Prime Minister had violated the country's constitution and the military discipline that they were highly expected to strictly adhere to. Legal advisor, head at the Ministry of Defense, Brigadier General Kidu Alemu, told Defense Television that investigations have been completed and instigators of the unlawful act had been brought to a military court. He said information has been gathered from those who took part in the march to the palace and those members of the army who were not part of the incident. Brigadier General Kidu Alemu told the Defense Television that the legal action being taken would teach others that such unlawful moves by soldiers would not be tolerated. The special commandos were heading to their camps outside Addis Ababa after a deployment in Burayu, where at least 24 people were killed in ethnic-motivated attacks. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, announced that the 2019 World Press Freedom Day will be celebrated in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, on May 2nd to 3rd, 2019. UNESCO said in a statement that the decision was made after Ethiopia recently requested to host the day. UNESCO's Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, Moez Chakuchuk, welcomed Ethiopia's decision to host the event and said that the decision illustrates the Ethiopian government's commitment to democratic reforms, especially in the media sector, which has opened up the space for media freedoms and for strengthening the respect of human rights in the country, including online freedom of expression. For the first time since World Press Freedom Day began to be celebrated in 1993, there is no journalist prisoners in Ethiopia. A new Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, released all journalists and dissidents when he assumed office in April. The organization said around 1,000 participants and high-profile speakers are expected to attend the event, including representatives from governmental and international organizations, the media, academia, and civil society. The event will be held at the headquarters of the African Union Commission. During the event, the UNESCO Guillermo Cano World Press Freedom Prize will be given to a deserving individual, organization, or institution that has made an outstanding contribution to the defense and promotion of press freedom. A 4-year investigation by UK researchers has found that weapons exported from the European Union have reached different sides in South Sudan's civil war, despite a long-standing EU embargo. A conflict armament research report shows how Sudan and Uganda have been used to transfer military supplies and equipment to the country, where conflict erupted in 2013, killing tens of thousands of people and driving 4 million people from their homes. Both countries are key sponsors of the latest peace agreement signed in September, and there are plans for them to contribute peacekeeping soldiers to Regional Protection Force in South Sudan. James Bevan from Conflict Armament Research said in a statement that their investigations are based on the most comprehensive on-the-ground survey of the weapons used in one of Africa's most lethal conflicts. That ends the news. Thanks for watching.